Hello guys, this is Vardhan Shashwat. I'm going to explain you some question of sample paper, that is of mathematics. So let us jump on to the first question we have. So we have in here an exterior angle and adjacent angle of triangle are in ratio 5:4. I will mark the first of all, let us see. The exterior angle we have will be here, and the adjacent angle of triangle, so this will be here. So I am representing the exterior angle as x and the interior angle as y here, and the one of the interior opposite angle which will be here, which is 30 degrees. Find the other two angles of the triangle. We know by the properties of triangle the sum of two interior angle is equal to exterior angle of the triangle, which implies, so हम लोग जानते हैं कि टू इंटीरियर एंगल्स का सम होता है y प्लस 30 इक्वल्स टू x. ये एक्सटीरियर एंगल प्रॉपर्टी है, एंड वी हैव बीन गिवन x by y इक्वल्स टू 5:4. And the other thing is that we have by sum of angles of triangle, that is triangle sum property, 30 plus y plus w. W is this angle, the other angle which we have to find other than y. Now using the equation 2, we can write x as 5/4y and replacing x in terms of y in equation 1. So we can write x in terms of y as x is equal to 5/4y, and using the similar thing in equation 1. So replacing x with 5/4y, we'll get y is equal to 120 degree. Now we have find the y, so I will put the y in equation 3. So after that 30 plus 120 plus w equals to 180 degree, w will be 30 degree. Exactly, so we have found the two angles, which is 120 and 30 degree. Let's jump on to the next question. We have 25 to the power x minus 3, 2x minus 3 equals to 3125. So we have to find the value of x, which is in the power of 25. So what we can do here is that we will make the bases same. So 25 can be written as 5 square, which will give us 5 to the power 2 into x minus 3, 2x minus 3, and 3125 can be written as 5 to the power 5. So it will give us 2 into x minus 3, 2x minus 3 equals to 5 here. Written that. So now simplifying this equation, we will get 4x square minus 18x plus 30 equals to 0. So now because this will not form the perfect square, so for finding the value of x, we will use x is equal to minus b plus minus under root d by 2a. So here in this question we have for this equation we have a equals to 4, b equals to minus 18, and c equals to 13, and we can find d equals to b square minus 4ac, putting the values of a, b, c and finding the d, and then putting this and the value of b, d and a in this, we can get the two x's which we have under root 29 plus 9/4 and is under root 29 plus 9/4. Next question we have to find the irrational number between 3 and 4. So square of we can write 3 as under root 9 and 4 as under root 16. So the irrational number between 3 and 4 is the similar number, that is between under root 16 and 9. So we will get 5 number, that is under root 15, under root 14, under root 13, under root 12 and under root 11. We will also get numbers like under root 10 between the irrational number between 3 and 4. Let's jump on to the next question. We have represent the following point in xy plane and identify in which quadrant it lies. That is a 2,3, b minus 2,3, c minus 3, minus 4, and d is 3, minus 4. So a is in the first quadrant. So we'll look at that. So this is the xy graph we have. We have the first quadrant here, second quadrant, these are the standard representation of quadrant. third quadrant here, fourth quadrant here. So the first equation and the first point is 2 comma 3. So 2 is positive, will go on the positive side of x, so 2 unit, 2 here, and we will since 3, that is the y coordinate is also positive, will go upward. So here it has been represented 2 comma 3, which is in the first quadrant, rightly so. So after that we have b, which is minus 2 comma 3. So for minus of x coordinate, this is minus 2 here, we'll go left side 2 units, so we'll reach here, that is minus 2, and for because 3, that is y coordinate is positive, we'll go upward again, which will give us minus 2 comma 3. Here it is in the second quadrant. After that we have another point c, that is minus 3 comma minus 5. Here x and y coordinate both are negative. So firstly we will point minus 3, that is we'll go left to the x coordinate minus 3 unit, this 3 unit in the negative direction, and after that we will go 5 unit to the downside and to the below the axis, which will represent minus 5 in y coordinate. So it is minus 3 comma 5, which is in the third quadrant. Here it is in the third quadrant. After that we have d, that is 3 comma minus 1. Here x is positive and y is negative. So for positive x, we will go right side of the x, right side toward the x coordinate, we will get 3 here, and we have that minus 1. So we'll go down below the x-axis, we'll get minus 1, which is the negative of negative y coordinate, y unit. We'll get 3 comma minus 1, which is in the fourth quadrant. Let's jump on to the next question. We have explain Euclid fifth postulate by taking one example. So I will read out the statement of Euclid fifth postulate says that if a line falling on a two straight line makes the interior angle on the same side less than 2 right angle, if they produce indefinitely, will meet on the side on which angle are less than 2 right angles. So what it says that if there are two lines and a line intersect both these lines, so the interior angle made by the line which has intersected both lines, if the sum is less than 180 degree, then if the two lines M and L produce indefinitely, will meet somewhere and the angle which they will make will be less than 180 degree, that is the two right angles. Here it is. So if the interior angle here made by the line N and M is this, and by L and M is this, and if the sum of these two angles, that is this angle and this angle, is less than 180 degree, then if M and L is produced to their side, they will meet somewhere indefinitely, and the angle which they will make will be less than 180 degree, that is two right angles. So I have taken the example. Consider the following statement: there exists a pair of straight lines that are everywhere equidistant from one another. Is this statement a direct result of Euclid fifth postulate? These two lines are parallel for any point. The distance between the line taken straight down vertically will always at all part of this line. So what we can conclude here, that since they are parallel line, it is obvious that the sum of interior angle which will be made by these two lines with the line which have intersected them will be 180 degree, because they are parallel. So for the parallel line, we know the distance between them is always a constant. So if you produce it for infinite time, they will never meet, and the distance that will make is always similar, that is d, right? which always be the same. So this is the result of Euclid fifth postulate. Thank you so much.